hosting a Christmas cookie exchange for the second year in a row. But make sure to come back afterwards for my favorite funny and best bits. We are in December and it is full on knee-deep Christmas mode around the house. This year we're actually going to partner up with Children's Hospital, and everybody who is coming along with their cookies, they're going to bring it's called an in-kind donation for Children's Hospital. The reason for that is our little one Emma she was born with low muscle tone, and she also had really crossed eyes when she was born. 14 months she had an eye surgery there at Children's Hospital. She's due again for another eye surgery probably after Christmas sometime. Needless to say, we love our Children's Hospital here in Colorado, and this year we wanted to give back a little bit to the little kiddos that are possibly there with not so fun times over Christmas this year. So you can still donate. Go to Children's Hospital of Colorado, look for the in-kind donation page, and it'll show you everything that they're in need for. Leave in the comments, and I will try and get in touch with you to get your donation down to them as well. So the deadline for that is the 19th, I believe. This year, I had some extra postcards that you can get from the office stores. They're already pre-perforated. So all you gotta do is just punch them out. Saves you a lot of time. Last year I sat in front of the TV, I think watching Elf or something for the umpteenth time, cutting out crap that I needed for my cookie exchange. And there is a ballot system, and that's the next thing that you're gonna want to print out. Easy peasy, just you can go online. I shows you how to do all the printouts for the cookie exchange party. So these just say, cast your cookie votes: most creative, best looking, most unique, best tasting, and most Christmas cheer. So everybody will vote on the cookies, and how they vote is we have a number system. So each one of these will be placed next to the platter of cookies. Now that we got all those guys, those will be placed around the table next to the platters of cookies. So as people come in, you're going to want to take their platters of cookies from them, and just place them somewhere on the table, stick a number to them, tell them which number is theirs, obviously. The last thing you want to do with the winners, it's just kind of a cute little ticket. I don't know if you guys could see that or not. I just punch a hole in one of the corners of them, and you're going to run just a cute little ribbon or bow, and then I tie these onto little gift bags, and you don't have to go really outrageously crazy on the prizes, candles or salt and pepper shakers, whatever you can find that is cute and will fit in a bag. So this is the day of party stuff. Once your invitations go out, give your guests a little bit of time to come up with their cookie. I'm starting to get some response, although this group, I think I'm going to have to start cracking the whip because, I need to know what kind of cookie you're bringing. 6 dozen of the same cookie, 1 dozen of that we set out on a cute little plate for tasting for the contest so that they can vote. Have them email me their recipes. The reason is I put together this cute little, and you can label it or do however fancy. I make copies. You're going to want to make as many copies as guests that you have coming so that everybody leaves with a cute little notebook of recipes. To give them a little something to go home with. At this time of year, you're going to find, you can get those big buckets of like cookie cutters. They've got really cute like oven mitts and hot pads and things like that. Make a cute little gift or a little favor for them to go home. You're going to want to give them something to carry their cookies home in. Aluminum foil like pan, roaster pan I guess it was, and it had a really cool plastic domed lid that fit. So I got one for every guest that was coming. I put a little bow on it, and then I tied my little these were last year's. I tied my little cookie cutters to a ribbon. As everybody goes around the table, they have their roaster pan or whatever you want to give them, a bucket, a box, whatever, and they're just taking their cookies as they go. We kind of just do a round robin until everybody has, enough of each cookie. And you're going to have to do a little bit of math. I was told there was going to be no maths, but you have to. All right, so I got my table set up. You want the cookies to actually be the showcase of the day. So as people come in, you'll just start to fill in spots. If you have to move the garland around, whatever, do it. There will be kind of a sugar overload that day, so I usually try and have a few finger foods, appetizers, that aren't sweet. I like to have an alcoholic option as well as a non-alcoholic. Not everybody drinks alcohol. I, however, will be in the corner probably chugging a bottle of something after this week. Share with you a little bit of behind the scenes look into our family Christmas tree hunting. Normally the pictures that you guys see on Facebook or in albums and things like that, they tend to be a little picturesque and calm, and a little bit of that Rockwell, that perfect American family Christmas tree hunting. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a behind the scenes look to the reality of it, what you don't see in the still pictures that I post. Enjoy it! Every year it is a tradition of ours to go cut our own Christmas tree. We found a place that you can actually go in the mountains and cut yours down. They're not your typical full Christmas tree lot Christmas tree, which is cool because I love the traditional Colorado Christmas trees. We got kind of a late start. We didn't get up there till it was after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And they want you out of there by 3:30, 4 o'clock because it gets dark and they don't want idiots wandering around looking for a Christmas tree in the dark. So usually takes about 15-20 minutes to get our coats and the hats and the gloves and water bottles and snacks and anything else that you can, pack on yourself for just a couple hours of looking for a Christmas tree. 25 minutes later, we're off, ready to go as a group, headed out laughing and telling stories and feeling so optimistic and energized to find that perfect Christmas tree. Now we're about 45 minutes to an hour into our little mountain adventure. And we're roasting. We're starting to peel off all the coats and the hats and the gloves, and we're starting to get the "Mom, I don't want to carry my water bottle," and our group is getting a little strung out by now. Scott and Laura usually are the first to usually disappear over the next mountaintop ahead of us, which leaves kind of Megan, Jordan, Nate actually this year was up with Scott and Laura, but usually leaves Megan and Jordan somewhere kind of wandering in the middle. Mom and Dad are now starting to fall a little bit behind. I can still hear them, but not so much seeing them. I can hear them giggling and laughing and that kind of stuff. Okay, so I secretly at this point start thinking to myself that being in the middle of this group is not a bad place to be. Scott and Laura are going to be the first ones eaten by the bear, waiting for its prey to break away from the pack. The hungry pack of wolves are now slobbering over my parents, who by this time I can no longer see or hear. That is until the hills shift, and now we're going downhill, and all of a sudden we have just been lapped by Mom and Dad. Mom and Dad usually look for the Charlie Brown type of tree. Scott and Laura look for a traditional somewhere in the middle of the road. We look for the big, or we try to at least. My problem is that as I'm going through the forest, I'm looking out and I'm saying, wow, the top of that 200-foot tall tree looks perfect. Let's go cut that down. By now, I am starting to look literally like a pack mule. I've got everybody's coats and backpacks and hats and gloves, water bottles and the snack bag that nobody wants to carry, plus my camera, who I am still trying to get all these great Rockwell worthy moments on my camera. So every time I stop to take a picture, it sort of looks like a small garage sale. Okay, so by this time now, the sun, we maybe have an hour at the most to find our perfect tree. So now the panic sets in of, oh my God, we gotta find this Christmas tree or we're gonna be up here in the dark. After numerous potty breaks and I'm dying of thirst breaks, Mom and Dad find their tree. Hooray, 1 down, 2 to go. Still have no clue as to where Scott and Laura have gone. We had seen this huge tree that somebody cut down. I'm not sure if it was the forest service or what, but it was this beautiful tree just laying there, and it had recently been cut. It was a fresh cut. I, in my great mind of wisdom, was thinking, okay, this would be backup plan. If we can't find the tree, we're going to come back and we'll just take this one. Still no sign of Scott and Laura. I'm not finding a tree. I'm still finding all these, 150 foot, whatever, trees that look fabulous. I turn to Mike and I tell him, you know what, let's head back to that tree and let's go take a look at it. We're not going to know until we actually cut it and stand it up and see what it looks like. So we get up to the cut down tree. After inspection, I think it looks pretty good. We're going to go for it. Somewhere I keep thinking, I sure hope some sucker doesn't come back to his tree and find out that it has been cut at both ends, because that would be bad. And at this point in the day, we literally look like a group of people that have been dropped off in the middle of the desert without any water and shelter for days. So we were on our way back to making it down to the trucks. So we pass a family on the mountainside, and I hear, the mother goes something like, oh, we've cut down the last really good one. And I'm thinking, oh, you're so funny. Well, I am secretly punching her in the throat with the stump of my trophy tree that we just found waiting for us. After a while, a little bit of normalcy comes back to the family, just in time to watch my brother and Laura quietly crawl from the underbelly of the forest with their Christmas tree from who knows where. All in all, I would say that we found 3 of the best trees this year. It was another successful tree hunting excursion, and we already can't wait for next year. This way, as everybody's going around, oh my God, sorry, Carol. Emma's elf on the shelf. She's just there. So we're going to work around her. Sorry, Carol. The stupid battery went out. I don't remember where I was. All right. My ear is plugged. I can't hear anything.